What's the reality behind the iconic mask of the doctors? When the bubonic plague spread, when the plague struck a city, it might already have a doctor or two, usually running a private practice in town. Those guys were not plague doctors, however. For one thing, they ran their own practices, instead of having a contract with the local government, and although they could treat plague patients if they wanted to, many preferred to avoid the risk. Plague doctors look menacing and spooky today, and they were even more terrifying in the 1600s and 1700s, because when a plague doctor showed up in your neighborhood, it was a sign that things were about to get a lot worse. In practice, the most useful thing most plague doctors could do was to keep records of the number of infections and deaths in their community. Sometimes they also served as witnesses while their patients drew up wills. The beak-like mask, which was originally supposed to be just 6 inches long, was stuffed with dried flowers, strong-smelling herbs, and camphor or vinegar-soaked sponges. Plague doctors also carried a wooden cane, which let them examine, undress, and direct patients without having to touch them or even get too close. Canes also make handy tools for enforcing social distancing, which was actually something medieval and Renaissance people had realized could slow the spread of plague. In reality, the plague doctor costume probably did protect the wearer against droplets from coughing, in the case of pneumonic plague, or splattered blood and lymph in the case of bubonic plague. Most importantly, though, the waxed leather probably protected against fleas, which turned out to be the real carriers of the plague.